Alright, so they just released more information for Chapter 7 Season 3. I didn't think they would release this much stuff before the end event, but apparently they said, nah, the heck with it, we're just going to release everything. So we already got the official Battle Pass lineup key art, we already got the official gameplay trailer, and now we got the entire Battle Pass reveal. So before it was just the key art with just the single styles. Well, now it's showing everything. So they literally typed on Twitter, Fortnite Chapter 7 Season 3 Battle Pass reveal. So look at this image right here. I'm telling you, it reveals everything. So let's break this all down because there is a lot to take in. So first things first, we got the official names for all the skins in the Battle Pass. So from left to right, we've got Heatwave PJ. The duck is called Cluster. The girl in the swimsuit, which has now been changed to jean shorts, at least on this style, her name is Dylan. The sprite skin is named The Guardian. John Wick is John Wick pen and ink, of course. The awesome orange style girl, which is not orange in this particular style, is called The Void Blade. Sloan is called Vanguard Sloan. She must be playing Marvel Rivals. We need more Vanguards over there. And the last guy is called Wolf. So behind all these characters are all the styles in the game, which again, I can't believe they revealed this already. Normally we'd have to wait until the season literally drops to see all the additional styles, but not today. They said, no, we're dropping everything. So it's kind of hard to see. They made it very, very faint, but let's go from left to right here. So on the far left, we've got Cluster, aka the duck. So his default is yellow with sunglasses, and it looks like he's got that Gilligan's Island hat on, and then a bizarre style where he's like, I can't tell if it's red or orange. When I zoom in, when I edit this, I'll be able to see, but from here, it kind of looks red. I just can't zoom in all the way, so it's hard for me to tell. But he's got a white bill, which looks weird. And then on the left, he's like a bluish color. We saw that before. So by far, my least favorite skin in the entire Battle Pass. He looks ridiculous, in my opinion. Now, it looks like Heatwave PJ has 2 additional styles. So I see an orangish color scheme and then a purple and green. So those don't look too bad. I'm a big fan of PJ, so her getting additional styles, hey, that's awesome. Looks like for Miss Dylan, she gets a change of her fur coat on all of them. I see a zebra, black and white style. Oh man, I can't tell what colors these are. Again, when I zoom in, when I edit this, I'm sure you're going to be able to tell clear as day, but from my perspective, I can't tell what colors these are. The one in the middle looks exactly like the one on the actual lineup, so I can't tell. It looks like her hair color changes in some of them, and you can't see her lower body in any of these background ones, so I don't know. And then for the Guardian, aka the Sprite mech, I see one with the 7 suit on, where you can change the holographic display on the helmet. And then there's like goggles on the second one. I can't tell what's going on in the third one, but the fourth one has a different headpiece as well. That looks like the samurai one. So that's interesting. John Wick appears to have a non-suit style in the back there. Looks like just a plain white shirt. Now the Void Blade, I see she has that fire orange one, and there's an R? I think RU maybe? I can't read what that says, but I see 2 letters at least. And then she also has a purple one. Okay, so that makes sense because that is exactly what her concept looked like. A little bit of a different mask. And then she's got a black and gold, maybe? And I can't make out what's on her mask. It kind of looks like a skull from here. It's hard to tell. And then let's see, what does Sloan get? So she gets 2 different styles. I see a pink, and then kind of looks yellow and black and yellow. I kind of like the pink one, that's not bad. And how about the wolf skin? Ooh, it looks like you can take his mask off, so that's good. And then I think that's a gold or yellow mask on the far right. So that's not bad. So some of these styles are really cool, others, just okay. Okay, so what do we got on the bottom here? So let's start with the leftmost. It says Customizable Sprite Mech. So finally, another customizable skin. It's been a while since we've had one of these. It says build your mech with sprites, parts, and colors. So it looks like you can change a multitude of things on the mech. From the headpiece, to the armor, to the color scheme, to the sprite inside the mech. So that's really cool. I'm sure there's a ton of customizable options. Now, I wonder if you'll have to catch the sprites first in order to put them in your suit. So let's go on over to this other part. It says Sprite Collection. Display your collection. So that looks like the top of the mech suit that you can put them in. Or is that a back bling? So this part's a little confusing to me because does it coincide with the customizable sprite mech? So when you catch a sprite and you put it in that little canister, does that then go to the customizable sprite? Or like I said, is that like a back bling? Or is it like an emote where you display it some other way? I don't know. To me, it looks like the top of the mech. So you would have to find the sprite, collect it, and then you can customize it on your mech. That's what it looks like to me, but the fact that they're separated on this little artwork display here makes me believe that it's something separate. Then we've got some launch week exclusive bonuses, and this is for Dylan. So just like this season, Chapter 7 Season 2, we had an exclusive style for the Foundation, Dylan is getting a bunch of exclusive items. So it's probably going to be for, what was the Foundation's exclusiveness? Was it like 2 weeks, I think? So you have to get the Battle Pass within a certain amount of time to get all these items right here. So the first is the Gold Huntress Dylan skin, which is clearly just gold. I like that. A little bit of white on there too. Then you get the Marbled Speedboat. That's a glider. That's not a rideable boat. Although I did see those in the trailer. They might be back this season. You get the Venomous Chainsaw Pickaxe. And then the back bling is the Gilded Cherub Holster, which is like a little baby angel. Oh, that's nice. And then on the far right, we've got more rewards. So obviously John Wick is going to come with some cool accessories. So they're highlighting these for some reason. But we've got the Blade of the Void. It comes with some pretty cool looking kicks there. The Dark Cubic Sneakers. Obviously we get the dog itself. Now the best part is the gun glider. Look at that. I hope that has some wickedly awesome animation and sound effects when you deploy this. But it's a bunch of guns that appear to be firing. So that's going to be awesome. So a really informative graphic here. It tells us the full story of the Chapter 7 Season 3 Battle Pass. From exclusive items to the alternative styles for all the skins to the customizable sprite mech to the sprites being collected, to the additional John Wick rewards. They posted everything in this image. And I'm not sure why, because I feel like they should have left us a little bit of hype here, but they've revealed everything so far. Speaking of revealing, Mark Rain, who is the vice president and co-founder of Epic Games, he always gives us a keyword for each and every season. So the keyword for Chapter 7 Season 3 runners is exfil, aka exfiltration. And if you've played an exfil game, you'll know exactly what that is, but it means the season is very likely focused on extraction type mechanics within the Battle Royale. So we've never had that before. A lot of people love exfil games. Call of Duty has been doing that for a while, and if you've never played an exfil game, you basically deploy, and then you loot and survive. You gather all your weapons and materials and stuff like that, and then you exfil off the island, aka you go to some kind of designated extraction point, such as a helicopter or something like that, and it takes you away where you keep all the loot that you've got, and if you die, that means you lose everything in your inventory. So I don't know how this is going to play out in Fortnite, or if he's just tricking us with this word, but hey, that's what exfil means, and I'm all for it. That'll change things up dramatically. So let me know in the comments, what do you think about this? This does get me more hyped, even though they did take away some of the hype by revealing everything early. But man, this Battle Pass is looking a lot better than I thought, minus that duck skin. Not a big fan of that, but everything else looks absolutely amazing. Couple in the potential for this exfil season, and whew, we might have a banger on our hands here for Chapter 7 Season 3, just a few days away. I got to get to my challenges. I've got to do a ton of videos on how to get some of these things done before the end of the season. Stay tuned! So there you go. As always, at the start of a new season, if you buy the Battle Pass, please consider using a Support-A-Creator Code. Mine is tabortime, Tabortime. Don't have to use mine if you don't want, but use somebody's. So there you go. That's all there is to it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Like is always appreciated. And as mentioned, don't forget to use my Support-A-Creator code, which is tabortime.